It's been a long day. I'm on nights. I just got back from the store. I had to go get waxed because they were like, you have to trim before egg retrieval. So, you know, had to go and get fixed all up. So, I guess I'll start with how my day went. I went to my ultrasound appointment this morning, and so my previous ultrasound appointments said that they looked and they're like, you have 14 follicles. Well, with InvoCell, you're not trying to stimulate as many follicles because they can only use 8 follicles. That's bothering me. Let's see if I can turn it this way. They can only use 8 follicles, or they can only put 8 eggs in the device. So they're not trying to, they want to limit the amount of meds you take. That way they're not overstimulating. Well, I had 14 follicles, and this morning when I went in, they were like, she was looking at that machine, and her eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger, and she's like, I saw you holding your stomach. Are you in pain? And I was like, yeah, like, I've been hurting now for a few days. And she was like, I was like, you see a bunch of follicles, right? And she's like, oh, yeah. I was like, well, I gave her a minute, and then I gave her another minute, and I was like, well, how many are you seeing? And she's like, I kind of lost count. I'll have to let you know after I finish taking all of my pictures. And she just kept taking pictures and kept taking more pictures and more pictures. And I was like, oh my God, like, she's taking so many pictures. And when she got done, she looked at a list like this big and was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like looking at each of the pictures. And it turns out I have 24 follicles that have matured. Or I have 24 follicles, 4 of which haven't reached maturity. Like, they're still in the immature stages. So they count that as 20 follicles. Problem is I'm overstimulating. And I asked her, I was like, how's it looking for OHSS, which is ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, whatever. And she's like, you definitely... Oh, hang on. Let me let my mother-in-law know Instagram that I am doing Instagram today. So I was like, how is it looking for my OHSS? And she was like, with how much you're stimulating, it's very likely. Now, I know OHSS, your ovaries swell, they can leak fluid into your abdomen. I am crossing my fingers so hard that I won't. Like, I've been told by all the ladies who have had it, the ones who have dealt with it, eat lots of salt, drink lots of Gatorade, eat protein. I just made steaks. They haven't even been done for 5 minutes. So I've got chips. I've got pickle juice. I've got, I do not want to have this because I don't want them, because you technically can't get ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome until after you've had your egg retrieval, which I'm triggering tonight. My egg retrieval is, which I'll go ahead and start because they got a time frame for that. But I'm gonna do it on this side. But so I was really nervous that I'll have it, and they won't know until after they do the egg retrieval, which really worries me because I don't want them to cancel, because then we'll have to pay extra to do a frozen embryo transfer instead of a fresh transfer, and we can't afford that right now. So fingers crossed that I'm able to eat enough salt and drink enough Gatorade to stop any progression of OHSS. So y'all cross your fingers, do your praying, just let's hope that I don't get it. But I'd rather have too many eggs than too few eggs. So I guess I'm going to trigger by myself because my husband is busy playing Destiny. And my mom can't find me. So, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start because I'm not excited. Ooh, that needle went in so much easier. I thought it was going to be like the Ganirelix. But this is Ovidrel. No, come on. Ooh, a little bit's coming out. But they did tell me instead of using both of my Ovidrel to just use one. Because I guess I'm like super fertile. So we will see how it goes. Yeah, well. Alright, guys. I have fresh steaks that I'm going to be eating. They are done. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. That was my trigger shot. Y'all don't even know what a pain in the ass it is to write this backwards, but I triggered. I would say we triggered, but somebody's in there playing Destiny. So I triggered, you guys.